Disney is scrambling after the shocking update that Johnny Depp may be returning to the Pirates of the Caribbean. So far, this is rumor, and Johnny Depp is back in the news because the talk of him returning to Pirates of the Caribbean refuses to go away. Now, producer Jerry Bruckheimer has openly said that he has spoken to Johnny Depp about possibly coming back, and that changes everything. You see, fans know Pirates of the Caribbean is nothing without Johnny Depp, and Disney knows it too. But the fact that conversations are happening about Johnny Depp stepping back into Jack Sparrow boots shows how much weight he still carries for the Pirates of the Caribbean. All right. So Bruckheimer simply just, well, he hasn't really said this once and walked away. He has said it multiple times across different outlets, and that shows intent right there. Either he is deliberately pressuring Disney into making the move, or there are discussions happening behind closed doors. But in either case, the end result is the same. Johnny Depp remains central to the conversation about the future of Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, in his interview with Entertainment Weekly, Bruckheimer made it clear that the conversations with Johnny Depp were not casual. You see, he said he believes Depp would take the role again, and that means the door is no longer closed. Now, for years, Depp and Disney were at odds, and now the producer himself is saying that a return is realistic. And those odds being the fact that he was accused of, assaulting his ex-wife, when in reality, after the case proved otherwise, well, they all of a sudden showed that they were wrong and stuff. Now, the bargaining power actually sits entirely with Johnny Depp. You see, Disney needs him more than he needs Disney, as I've always said. A sixth Pirates of the Caribbean movie without Depp would be a waste of resources. Now, the only version that stands a chance at financial success is the one that actually includes him. Now, audiences have proven they will not turn up for hollow on reboots, okay? But the reporting on did not come from rumor sites. It actually came from Entertainment Weekly, which stated that Depp is, interested in returning. Now, Depp once said in court that he would never go back, even for $300 million and a herd of alpacas. But now, according to Bruckheimer, he is open to reading a script if it's written the right way. Now, that particular shift is actually critical. Now, the last series in the series was Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales in 2017. That one sucked. But Johnny Depp starred alongside Jeffrey Rush, Orlando Bloom, and even Keira Knightley. Okay, now Orlando Bloom has already suggested, that he would be open to coming back, and that means Disney is actually lining up pieces of the original cast. Adding Depp back into that picture makes the project even more viable. Now, Bruckheimer actually has also explained that the next installment is a soft reboot, and it will bring in new characters while keeping the story linked to the established universe. You see, he said directly that if it were up to him, Johnny Depp would be involved. And that is both a personal stance and an acknowledgement that Pirates of the Caribbean has no value without Jack Sparrow being played by Johnny Depp. Now, the character of Jack Sparrow did not come from the script. You see, it came from Johnny Depp's own choices as an actor. He modeled elements of Keith Richards and other influences too. Now, what ended up on screen was entirely his creation. That performance drove the franchise into billions in global revenue. Now, Disney did not really create Jack Sparrow at all. Depp did. The script for the new film is still being worked on. Bruckheimer has said that they are not finished, but they're close. Now, that particular statement matters because, well, it shows that they're actually, reworking the story to meet Depp's expectations. Now, no studio shapes a script around an actor unless they intend to land him. Now, that's the entire point of these particular changes. And you see, this is why you want to go ahead and instead of just trying to avoid a massive PR disaster, you should have stuck with him. This is something that Disney should have chose to do instead of just simply firing him. But it still makes me question, why would they fire them if there weren't really any plans to go ahead and make another Pirates of the Caribbean film? No major announcements, no plans, no announcement, no plans, no none of that. Okay. Now, honestly, this whole thing was suspicious from the giddy up, and now they're showing desperation. Craig Mazin and Ted Elliott started writing before the Hollywood strikes halted progress. Jeff Nathanson, who wrote Dead Men Tell No Tales, has since been shaping the new draft. Bruckheimer has said that Nathanson already has a strong third act, but needs to go ahead and refine the first two. That level of detail proves this is not a dead project. The script is alive and being tuned for Johnny Depp's involvement. All right. Now, Disney did cut ties with him back in 2018 because of the whole Amber Heard op-ed. During the trial, Depp testified about how betrayed he felt. He had created a character that they first doubted and later relied on, and yet they cast him aside without hesitation. You see, that particular treatment was a part of why he declared that he would never return. Now, the tables have turned. Now, the comments about, $300 million in alpacas were born out of anger, as it seems. But the outcome of the trial actually combined with the collapse of Disney's recent projects and stuff, changes the landscape itself. And Depp now has leverage. If he decides the script respects his work, then his return to Pirates of the Caribbean becomes not only possible, but actually likely. Now, audiences have been clear. The Pirates of the Caribbean without Johnny Depp will not succeed at all. Recasting the role itself is impossible. Spin-offs that actually remove Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp, are dead on arrival. Now, Disney may attempt, new directions, but they all fail without the character that built the franchise itself. Now, Depp's presence is not optional. It's the only way forward. Now, Disney's recent record shows why this matters. Their live-action remakes have stalled. Now, Marvel is struggling. Their cultural credibility is collapsing. A project with Johnny Depp at the center would finally give them momentum. Bringing him back to Pirates of the Caribbean is one of the few reliable strategies that they actually have left. But that's no surprise right there, since Johnny Depp knows this. His repeated public statements are not random at all. They are actually designed to gauge audience reaction. Okay. Now, every time he mentions Johnny Depp and Pirates of the Caribbean, fans explode with support. Now, the demand is overwhelming, and Disney cannot ignore that data, especially when it comes at a time of decline, massive decline, while at that. Now, if Johnny Depp does accept the role under his conditions, it'll be one of the biggest turnarounds in modern Hollywood history. It would not just save a franchise, it would prove that Disney cannot erase the man who created this project or created its most profitable character. Johnny Depp's return to Pirates of the Caribbean would be both a business move and a cultural moment. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Be sure to smash the like button, share the video far wide across social media, subscribe to the channel, turn on that bell for future uploads, notifications, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, peace.